You guys might have seen the movie I, Robot starring Will Smith, right? That was one hell of a movie. In fact, think about it. In the near future, robots will be used domestically, and what if your household bot turns on you? Of course, one would really freak out. Okay, you guys might be thinking, well, why is this guy talking about all this sci-fi stuff? Yep, because you're here for something that might relate to it. Yeah, Google is planning to come up with a new generation of robots, which are faster, smarter, and can handle all the chores you hand to them. Hey folks, welcome to the Future Robot, where we bring you the newest and best updates from the field of robotics and AI. For daily videos, please consider subscribing to our channel. So let's dig into today's stash. So a few weeks before, the Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos disclosed on 60 Minutes that his business is planning to transmit batches of products to their customers with the help of a swarm of independent flying drones. Soon after that, Google brought a message to the public which appeared more or less striking. Andy Rubin, the previous chief of Android, would oversee the effort to develop a whole new era of robots. And over the weekend, Google revealed more about how sweeping their ambitions are. For this, the firm acquired Boston Dynamics, a robotics company well noticed for their creations like the Big Dog, which was a four-legged device that could carry freight across rough terrain, and the bot Cheetah, which is able to run even faster than the celebrated athlete Usain Bolt. So what we're saying is that if Amazon and Google's combined proposals get accomplished over the next few years, it could mean they could lead the market with a new era of human-robot relations, in which we could regularly find ourselves face-to-face with these advanced bots in both public and private spaces. All these remind me just as in the movie Artificial Intelligence, right? During all this, some reviewers at first inferred this proposal that it might be Google's goal to have more completely automated factories and highly softened settings which would be well suited for its new line of semi-independent robots. Now it's clear that the team of engineers at Google and their scientists have a concept of having totally helpful, independent robots which could even walk on sidewalks, carry cartons, and push strollers. Just before Google's ascension of the Boston Dynamics, Google bought 7 startups in barely 6 months, and these are the companies that have developed some of the best engineered robotic arms, hands, motion, systems, and vision processors in the industry. The firms Mika and Shaft, which are 2 of Google's recent gains, modeled robot bodies that can interact with men at their job and even at home. Another company, Redwood Robotics, built a lightweight but yet powerful arm that utilizes the nimble control system. And Boston Dynamics, which is said to be Google's 8th acquisition, is one of the most successful robotics companies on the planet, possessing highly advanced machines that can run, jump, and lift often competently than humans. And its recent projects are concentrated on formulating a full-body robot android that can wear hazmat clothing and utilize any equipment designed to work for humans, just like front loaders or jackhammers. So let's just imagine, what kind of impact would Google's robot troupe make within the market industry? The potential influence of Google's robot arsenal, as demonstrated before us by their self-driving car trials, was extraordinary. And such a progressive company like Google could deploy human-scale bots throughout the community. And while its competitor at this, Amazon, would be busy optimizing delivery logistics, the Google bots could robotics each and every Amazon opponent from Target to Safeway. Okay, so now all this might have been some boring tech probability analysis. Why don't we look into something exciting? Let's say, how would these bots change our whole way of seeing and doing things? So if these robots extend throughout society, our daily experiences will change completely. Let us take some reference from the CEO of a domestic drone company describing the imagination which stimulates her. She thinks about a society where a person would have a drone to deliver bottles of water as she finishes their morning hustles. Or even think of a scene in a park where joggers scatter through the park with their drones whizzing overhead, shoving for a position, all of them wailing like a dozen leaf blowers. And she says this mileage of observable litter and noise pollution, which she dubs as robot smog, will get transformed as the horrible impacts of digital devices being brought into the real-world annoyances that cannot be pulled or hidden in a coat pocket. Today, exchange of information with devices which commonly occur on our own terms, especially with appliances like toasters, microwaves, and even smartphones, do what we tell them, but soon we would be perking up at a quadrotor drone fluttering in the park, marveling whether to take a stroll beneath it or cut into the lawn to avoid its downdraft. These autonomous bots will supersede our feeling of control, specifically because they'd be totally out of our supervision, but occupy our physical world and command our attention, and that's something you might not want out of a drone. Another thing is that even though these robots will expect us to interact with them on a continual basis, the indications and expressions that promote the human-to-human exchange of information will be of limited use. The proficiency, detectors, and capacities of robots will be totally unknown to us, as there is no international standard for how robots must act. Well, we can't know how they could react, right? The spontaneous interactions we'll be carrying will be totally awkward. The main question, which arises among many, is, can the bot understand a normal individual's language? Will it make eye contact? If I curse at it, will it offend me and get out of my way? Cause that's the way a guy would do. Will the robot be staring at me just because it needs its owner to interact, or will it be just waiting for us to move? Just because robots won't be fully autonomous beings, but machines pertaining to massive databases in the cloud, there will be an absence of data parity between us and them. So what it means is that if it's an Amazon drone, it might know my name, my address, my reading and shopping habits, and if it's a Google bot, and along with it, if I'm using an Android phone, it would definitely know where I've been driving, where I had dinner, and my appointments for the next day. See, all these intercourses will expect thoughtful problem solving on our part too. The fact that these robots would be hyper-connected to the cloud tells us that the bots will not only get assistance from enormous stores of information about us, but they could also act as highly disseminated sensors, constantly providing data back to these corporate and government databases. A normal smartphone, which we normally use, already sends data on how its holder moves through space, so robots will have advanced computer vision, could even track where we look, discern our feelings through facial analysis, and read our body language via motion distinction. Just as marketing analysis study and capitalize on our internet browsing behavior, real-world data analytics could, for example, enable Amazon to deploy highly targeted publicity tools for pool cleaners, car parking aids, and fertilizer according to what its drones watch as they fly over backyards, swimming pools, home garages, and unhealthy vegetable gardens. It'd be so simple to see through a person's privacy guards. Thanks to the current producer movement, some of these low-cost robots with formerly incredible appeals are already inhabiting our sidewalks, and we're about to see some of the outcomes of a burgeoning robot population in Los Angeles. Sign-spinning robot dummies captivate the notoriety of buyers at a small percentage of the expense of human hawkers. And another case in Atlanta, the bumbot tails the sidewalk of the front of Otero's pub, endangering vagrants with a high-pressure water cannon in an exertion to keep the corridor asking for buyers. So there is already no moral principle regarding the arc of robot innovation, conserving our sidewalks from tasteless and offensive bots. There are, of course, the first signs of a robot dust cloud. So what impression do you get from all of this? Yep, just like AI has its numerous applications in several fields like medical, marketing, industry, it can take the whole digital world to another level. Maybe we can see advanced bots which might be close to our lives, helping with our household chores, caring for kids, maybe. With this, we've come to the end of the video. That's about it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one, and while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for the video if you loved it, and drop your valuable suggestions in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll meet again in the next one with more interesting stuff.